Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Vidiots podcast, episode 34. Skittles, taste the rainbow. I just saw that.
It's Guardians.
Okay, guard the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Same thing. Any whoozy whatsy. Welcome to episode 34. Let's hop right in. What have you been up to, Christopher?
Waiting.
Waiting.
2 whole days. See if that's SNES. Well, we can talk about that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Trust me, we'll get to that. What else have you been up to besides the waiting game, which I feel like half of America is doing?
We're Injustice.
Oh, you're still playing through that?
Yeah, it's a lot to do. Takes a while to go through all those missions and then the classic mode. Same thing, reading it.
That's right, you're still reading through that. Okay. I've been working, and I finished Kirby, so I can review.
Kirby what?
Triple Deluxe. Like one of the best Kirby games of all time.
No, it isn't. Kirby Superstar is.
You haven't played Triple Deluxe.
Superstar!
So you have no opinion on that game. No valid opinion on that game. Anyway.
Just go already.
So I beat that, so I can technically review that then.
Finally, we get a review from Sean.
I know, right? It's crazy. Another big thing.
This game looks dumb.
What?
Looks like you're playing some cardboard cutout.
Cardboard cutout?
Look at it.
No?
What system is this on?
Well, this was originally a 3DS game. And this is a HD upscale. So, if you see cardboard, it's probably why, because it was originally a 3DS game.
Bizarre, no wonder.
But,
You're killing cute little elephant things.
They're evil! You got red eyes. Anyway.
Not really.
So, half of the stuff I've been up to is actually related to the news. So let's just hop into that.
Should we? Should we start with that or no?
What? Yeah, why not? Get it out of the way. So, news. Today, the Zelda DLC came out. Pack 1. So
That's a review.
I've been playing.
That's a review, not news.
What's news that it came out?
No, news is when it's announced.
Whatever, it came out
That's
today.
just a review. You skipped that for the review section.
Okay, fine. The next big thing to happen...
Why don't we wait on that?
Okay, fine. Oh my gosh.
Let that be the last news thing.
The last news thing or the last thing on the podcast?
The last news thing.
Alright.
You dope.
So, I don't really have any other gaming news.
There was a Mario Kart update.
Oh, that's right. But
Tell them about it.
It didn't really do much except
It changed
for,
the boomerang thing. We were complaining about that before. When the boomerang comes back to you, you can use it right away. So switch into your other item, which was dumb.
It did that, and it did... a
bunch of other stuff we don't care about.
Yeah, like online, like fix some online stuff. And,
random stuff.
Yeah, and I looked at that Pikmin thing. I don't understand the Pikmin thing, what it was talking about with the costume, because I already have that costume. It's nothing new.
Maybe it's for those who don't have the amiibo. Is that what it is?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I looked
at my
either.
suit expecting another Pikmin suit, and there was nothing. So I was a little disappointed.
I don't know what they meant. I haven't played it since the update came out, so...
I did last night, actually, for a little bit. I played online a little bit. Oh, a new thing they added, which is I kind of like, is you know how whenever the course would pick, and then it'd go to that screen that showed all the people while it was loading the course?
Show all the people.
All the people's names and their score and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well now, including that, at the very bottom of the screen, it tells you what class you're in and the course name now. So in case you missed what course got picked, if you were like looking away or something, you can now, once it goes to that loading screen, actually tells you on the bottom what course it is, which is nice. That I do like. Any other gaming news?
No.
Alright, movie news. We got the Jumanji 2 trailer. Welcome to the Jungle.
Is it Jumanji 2? Is it a sequel? It's not a remake.
It's technically a sequel.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently, there's going to be a Robin Williams tribute in there somewhere, so we'll see. But it's got The Rock, it's got Jack Black. It looks interesting. Jumanji is a video game in this, not a board game.
Well, then it's not a sequel.
They keep saying it's a sequel. Like, the people making it.
I don't even remember how the first one worked anyway. It's been so long since I saw that.
Well, that one was... Oh, there's a chest up there!
Yeah. Look how tiny and stupid looking they look. Everything's too smooth in this game. Everything like flat, smooth. Doesn't it all look flat and smooth to you?
No, because those are sticking
out. It does, look! Everything's smooth. Even the treasure chests are smooth.
This is HD, man.
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh.
It wasn't remade, though.
It was just remastered.
Right.
It wasn't remade. No. Just look at Kingdom
Look
Hearts 3.
how smooth that dog is.
That jiggly dog.
Lockjaw. Speaking of Lockjaw, Inhumans trailer.
You know, I didn't watch the trailer. I saw the poster.
Everyone's making fun of it. I don't know why. Everybody's hating it. It looks... I don't know. They're saying it looks like a cheesy sci-fi. It was filmed in IMAX. Like, I thought it looked really...
Is it it's a series, right?
I guess a mini-series, sort of. It's not a full season, I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, I like the guy that plays... Movie. I like the guy... They were going to do a movie. They changed to a TV thing, TV event. I really like the guy that plays Black Bolt. I think they cast that pretty well. I don't like Medusa. Looks weird.
Like I said, I just saw the poster. I didn't see
people have just been bashing it pretty horribly.
Huh.
I didn't think it looked that bad.
Well,
I mean... Well, honestly, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know
just
what
have
to
to
say
wait
about
and
it.
see.
I don't have any problems with it. I didn't have any major problems. So I don't think... I mean, it might be one of those things where it's a little too ambitious for TV. Like it should have been a movie.
I see.
Like the way those characters are, it's looking to have a lot of special effects to do everyone's powers and stuff. So I don't know. And Lockjaw's in it. They show Lockjaw's big dog.
Big dog.
Yeah.
I might know if I saw it.
People.
I'd have to.
I don't know.
I need to watch it.
It looks interesting. They're on the moon, which is good. That's part of the comic. But how is it going to tie into the Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? That's what I'm curious about.
Is it supposed to?
They're called Inhumans! You butthole!
Well, everything's connected in the MCU.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
TV or whatever you want to call it.
How are they connecting it to the Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? These were probably the original. That's how it was. They're the royal family, the Inhuman royal family. They live on the moon.
Interesting.
And they want to go back to Earth. That's what the trailer was. They want to go back to Earth. So we don't know they exist. Nobody knows they exist on the moon.
No, they haven't been on the moon yet in any of the Marvel movies.
Well, I don't know how they're hiding them. They're probably hiding themselves in a way. I forget how.
Have they been on the moon yet?
The moon? No, nobody's been on the moon.
Okay. I wasn't sure if
they haven't really been in space.
Hulk.
They haven't been in space.
Thor. Technically, and Guardians.
Guardians isn't near Earth at all.
No, but that's space.
But it's not our Milky Way galaxy.
Yet.
Well, Infinity War, yes, they're coming. Showdown. That movie's going to be 50 hours long.
I know, right?
And it's 2 parts. It's got to be. Everyone's in it. They pretty much have converted. Everybody's in it.
Well, I wouldn't hope so.
Except for the TV characters. Boo!
I don't know. I don't know why, but I could see Coulson making an appearance or something. But
he should.
I was gonna say he had a big role in a lot of people's lives, and then just he drops off.
But they're in. Well, you didn't see the end of season 4.
No,
I can't spoil it. So where they're at, because I don't really know where they're at. I can't say it.
Oh, okay.
You want me to spoil it for you? At the very end?
You can, because it'll probably be forever
until I actually see it. It was like a what?
Okay.
And this is going to be playing during Infinity War this next season.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're going to tie it in. We'll see about that. Ron Howard's taking over the Han Solo movie.
I saw that.
They fired the other 2.
Well,
did you read that article? They were turning it into a Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like...
Geez, I don't know what's going on there.
Here, I'm gonna go to the Hunchback world, so you have a world that you know.
Oh, is Esmeralda in it?
Yeah, she's in it.
Demi Moore for the voice?
I don't know. It sounds like her, but I don't know if it is her. I'll have to Google it.
Oh, I listened to commentary on Doctor Strange.
Oh, did you?
Good commentary. It's the director's commentary, Scott Derrickson.
Okay.
He's good. That was a very informative, entertaining commentary. You know, a lot to say about a lot of different things. I didn't realize he directed Exorcism of Emily Rose. There's another movie I have that was really good. Because he mentioned that on there. He mentioned that the Stan Lee cameo on that, he didn't actually film it. James Gunn did. And that Stan Lee was doing 4 cameos in one day for 4 different Marvel films.
Oh, jeez. I forget.
And James Gunn filmed all of them.
I forget, what was his...
He was in it was real quick. He was reading The Doors of Perception on a bus. And real quick, they kind of walk on top of the bus sideways. Real quick. When they go to the city and everything's changing around and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But they actually pushed the release date back so they could get Benedict Cumberbatch because they wanted him so bad. In fact, all the actors were his number 1 picks for each role. He got all of his number 1 picks.
For Doctor Strange or just for Marvel in general?
Doctor Strange, director. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And he did not film the Thor scene. That was the guy that's doing the Thor movie. Actually filmed that. So that's the next time we see Doctor Strange is actually in Thor, I assume. I assume that's a
I was going to say, that's what it sounded like. But
so I don't know what's going on there.
But we haven't seen
I don't
anything
know why.
of that
Why
in
is
the
he?
trailer.
Why is he in New York City?
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't get is they never show that in
the trailer.
So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a real quick prologue thing.
Maybe.
Because Thor 2 ended with Loki impersonating Odin. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. All right, the big news, the biggest news of all time.
Wait, are we done with movies?
I am. Are you?
I think so. Any other news, like music or TV? Well, you already kind of did TV. Music or anything?
No. Nothing major that I want to buy.
Okay. Then the big news that came out this week was the fact that Nintendo randomly announced on their Twitter the fact that the Super NES Classic Mini is coming September 29th.
I've been anticipating this. We've been talking about what was going to be on it.
There are 21 games on it, which is less than the NES Classic.
Oh crap!
Yeah, but one of the games we were getting is the never before released Star Fox 2.
See, Nintendo has this way of shocking you happily and then disappointing you all at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
That's Nintendo for you. Who would have thought?
All right, let's.
No one would have thought this. We would ever see Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right, so let's.
And you have to play the first level of Star Fox.
I did see that.
Which is kind of cool. I wish they had unlockable games. Wouldn't that be awesome if they didn't tell you and all of a sudden you were unlocking games and they didn't tell you? That's what they should do.
I mean,
freak you out.
We'll never know till we get the game, but I doubt it.
That's the way it should be. You should unlock games that they don't tell you.
All right, so let's just go through this.
All right.
So first off, just impressions on the fact that it's actually here.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was. I'm not
kinda
surprised at all by it
too. Yeah.
Not at all.
I mean, I'm surprised that it came like randomly out of nowhere and not at like E3 or something. But
yeah, I know that's weird. Maybe they had to wait for.
Maybe.
Star
but then
Fox.
again, it's Nintendo. They can do whatever they want. So. Okay. Yeah, I saw it coming. I just wasn't sure when. But
September
I'm
29th.
excited. I'm excited.
2 controllers.
Yes.
Which is freaking awesome.
That's something the NES didn't do. Which
right.
Yeah.
Longer controllers, 5 foot.
Yeah.
All right, the games. Now we did talk about what?
No, you're good. Yeah. The games, I guess we can just go into.
What else is there to talk about? Yes, there's only 21 games, which is highly disappointing. But most of the games, we talked about this before. What we
would want and whatnot.
In fact, I think we were probably 99%
correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think the one shocking omission to me is Final Fight. I can't believe Final Fight's not.
There's a few, but we'll get into what we think is missing here in a second. But let's just talk about what's in there.
Do you remember it all? Do
you remember
all 21?
That's what phones are for.
You have it already up? You prepared for this?
No, but it's a simple classic game. Actually, what the heck? I just go to Amazon. It's listed on the page what games there are.
Oh, hey, look, it's ready to pre-order.
If you hear me scream, that's why. Oh my gosh, it is. No, I'm joking. I wish. Oh, come on, man. Alright, so. Feature details. Oh, wow, they actually don't list the games. But there's a picture of them, so that works just as well.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so. Super Mario World. Super Mario Kart. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. F-Zero. Super Metroid. Star Fox 2 and 1. What game is that? Oh, Street Fighter Ultra.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
That.
Turbo.
Punch-Out. Castlevania 3.
Super Castlevania 4.
4. Or it's blurry, so I'm trying to. Donkey Kong Country 1. Mega Man X. Kirby Superstar. Final Fantasy 3, which apparently, according to other people, it's also 6. I don't understand that. Kirby's Dream Course, which is a weird one. I already said Star Fox. Yoshi's Island, Mario RPG, Contra 3, Secret of Mana, Earthbound, and...
Super Ghosts and Ghosts.
Super Ghosts and Ghosts. So that's 21 games. And honestly, I think it's a pretty good lineup.
It's not perfect, though.
No, it's not. We'll get into that, but just what is in there, I think that's a pretty good...
Yeah, they got all the major ones.
Yeah.
What we had talked about.
Yeah, like, I'm so happy that Mario RPG's on there. Like, oh my gosh.
It's on the Virtual Console.
I understand that, but it's just the fact that it's on there, and yeah, I'm happy about that.
There's like 4 RPGs on there.
So, yeah, I know. So, out of all of the games that are announced for that, which one are you most excited to play?
Well, Star Fox 2.
Besides the obvious Star Fox 2.
I never played it. I mean, well, all the other games I pretty much have, though.
Are you gonna... Now, I can see you probably won't be playing through, like, Final Fantasy. Or...
I don't know. Why not? I paid for
because you don't like RPGs.
Well, it's there.
Yeah.
I paid $80 for this thing, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, I probably will try it out. Why not?
Okay. You might like
Let's
it. You never
see
know.
what these games are about.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Pilot Wings in order.
Alright, fine. We'll just hop into that. What's missing?
That's the thing.
So, for me personally, glaring omissions. The glaring omissions for me are Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3.
Yes.
Pilot Wings. And Pilot Wings. And there was one other game. What was it? I can't do Mario Paint because of the mouse.
It could have. Really?
Yeah, I guess they really could have.
What else?
Obviously, this wouldn't have happened, but to see them get licenses to get, like, Aladdin and stuff, that would have never happened.
Turtles in Time, really.
The Turtles in Time, yeah.
Maybe the Super Star Wars games. That would be cool.
Yeah. Mario All-Stars.
Well, see, that's a tough one.
You don't think they would have done that?
Well, it's they're NES games. They're on NES Mini. You know what I mean? I don't know. That one I'm not so mad about not being on. I already have All Stars anyway. Yeah, I'm surprised. The biggest surprise was Final Fight not being on there. Because whenever Virtual Console came out, one of the first Super Nintendo games, outside the first third party, was always Final Fight. Always. I can't believe. I would like to have seen NBA Jam. But I think that's a licensing
thing. I think that's a license thing.
So there are no sports games on there. But at that point in time, they were using real athletes.
Yeah,
I guess they can't use any sports games, I guess.
Yeah, because didn't they redo Punch-Out without the Mike Tyson or whatever?
Yeah, Mr. Dream.
So,
I was really hoping for Super Double Dragon because they had Double Dragon 2 on... I mean, that wasn't hugely popular, but that was my favorite SNES game. Still waiting for it to come out on the virtual console. So I was fingers were crossed that was actually.
Well, right now I think
SimCity.
everybody's just waiting for a virtual console. Period. But
SimCity.
Yeah.
Like, what would you add if you had to go up to 30? Would you?
Well,
SimCity should be on, in my opinion.
Both Donkey Kong countries are.
Yeah, all three of them. I can't believe they didn't at least put 2 on there. That's weird. The second glaring omission from this is Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, because that was widely considered the best one. So everybody's like, well, where the heck is it?
I don't like. Why did they only do 21? It's not a question, I guess.
I mean, I know they're bigger games.
Can't be a lot of. Well, jeez.
I don't know.
They're not that big, and according to today's standard, they could.
No, but maybe they were trying to keep it at the $80 standard, and they're probably like, oh well, with Star Fox 2, we probably won't.
Well, surprises: Star Fox and Yoshi's Island.
Yeah,
because of the FX chip.
Yeah,
they never re-released them ever. They were remade. Well, Star Fox 1 was.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad Yoshi's Island's on there because that just kind of helps round out the.
Well, that's every major Nintendo title.
Almost.
Oh yeah, it is.
Well, Donkey Kong Country 2 and
well,
Pilot Wings.
One. Well, Pilot Wings. What is that major in?
I would have liked last time they made a Pilot Wings was for the 3DS.
I'm glad Castlevania's on there.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter. And I had predicted both of them.
Although everybody's like, Street Fighter feels like a filler because we literally just got like that game on the Switch. Street Fighter 2.
All these games are available.
Yeah.
Almost 99% of those games are available to download on the
95. Because Yoshi's Island and Star Fox.
Interesting that they picked Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not Super Street Fighter 2.
What's the difference?
Well, Super Street Fighter 2 had more characters.
Oh, so they picked the lesser of the two.
Well, fighting purists will say Turbo's better. Why? That is interesting that they picked. Now, Japan is getting Super Street Fighter 2. Do you notice that?
Japan's also getting
different games. But they're getting Super Street Fighter 2. I don't understand that.
It's not a lot of different games. Aren't they getting a sports game?
Yeah, some
soccer game, yeah. So they got a sports game.
I would like to see Earthworm Jim. Those games are pretty neat.
Is that that's not Nintendo though, right?
No.
Who's Earthworm Jim?
I don't remember. Who did those?
I don't know.
But I mean, it's nearly perfect. If they would have put Final Fight on there.
Yeah. I mean,
Final Fight and Donkey Kong 2, that would have been perfect.
At the end of the day, though, this is still a pretty good lineup of games.
And of course, I really would have liked, downloadable.
Well, the NES didn't do that.
I know, but I think Nintendo dropped the ball there. I think there's a lot of things they could have done with this. Achievements.
Yeah, wow.
Bonus material, artwork and stuff, maybe. I don't really know what the menu looks like or anything. Does it have the manuals on there? Like,
I want to say
like
the NES
GBA games
did.
I don't know.
I want to say the NES did, but don't quote me. Okay.
But I'm like obsessed with this.
I know, like
I've been obsessing over it so much.
Everybody is waiting,
and literally my 2 days off because it was announced on Monday, and UK was getting pre-orders for that.
I know
it was selling out.
UK, Australia, and Germany.
People in the US were ordering it from the UK.
Yeah,
because they don't know.
It said that it wasn't shipping to the US, but it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like apparently it said not shipping to the U.S. I mean, it's the different looking.
Yeah, I don't want the different. I want the U.S. one.
Yeah.
So on my 2 days off, basically all I did was sit by my computer waiting. Yeah, I've been obsessing because I want it so bad. Why I want it so bad, I don't know, because all these games I have already and I can play.
I think you just want like the nostalgia of the system.
Because of my childhood.
Yeah.
Because that was my favorite system in the world. When I was a kid, man, that was it.
Yeah.
And I remember playing it for the first time at Toys R Us. What year did it come out? 91?
Was it before
Toys
R
Us.
I was born?
And I remember Christmas that year, under the tree, there was a box that was shaped similar to, what a video game console back then would be. Me and my brother predicted, I bet that's Super Nintendo. Of course it was. We freaked out, And the kids on the street got it some that same year too. So, we all swapped games and stuff.
Yeah. What was the first? Obviously Mario World.
Well, it came with Mario World.
That's right. Did you get any other games
I
at launch
don't
besides that?
I don't remember. I don't remember what games we had right away.
Well, obviously, Mario World.
Yeah, Mario World was the big one. Shoot, no, I don't remember.
What was it like playing Donkey Kong for the first time?
Donkey Kong Country? Well, that came out a little later.
Or Mario RPG or any of those.
Mario RPG was late. That was 96. I remember the commercials for that.
Yeah.
To this day, I remember those commercials. I thought that game looked pretty neat. I rented a Super Nintendo game every other week for when it launched to when the 64 came out.
Yeah, there it is.
What?
Not the one we had, but
I would go to my dad's on the weekend, every other weekend. He would take us to Blockbuster, allow us to rent a game. So I played so many Super Nintendo games. A lot of them twice. There were some games. I wish that X-Men game was on there.
Super Nintendo does have...
It had a good third-party game. That X-Men game there was awesome. There was a couple of Spider-Man games that was on there that were pretty cool. I can't think of anything else. I mean, they had a variety. And Mortal Kombat's were on there. There's awesome wrestling games. I just hope we don't know when these pre-orders are coming up.
No, I mean,
we don't know what's
I can
going
say
on.
that
They aren't saying anything.
I shared this on Twitter because I was like, I want to get clarification whether this is legit. So the comment, answer or the question and answer section in Amazon is like on the SNES page is like crazy.
Oh really?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's people asking like tons of questions. What like is Nintendo gonna like not stock this up enough?
Well, Nintendo said it's significantly more,
but only in 2017.
Well, so what? I don't care.
So as long as you get it in 2017, then you're good. But someone asked like when pre-orders are coming, and someone responded saying how they're not going to be coming until August 16th at like noon.
Why is UK getting them right now?
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't know if this is legit or not, or if this is just
Who
someone
said August 16th?
It wasn't like
That's
a reparative or anything. So that's why I'm like, I don't think
like
this
an idiot
is
at noon.
Or it's just someone, because he said, because also in the same comment, he's like, so no one even bothered showing up until then. So he's probably like, well, then everybody's not going to show up because then I'll get them all.
He'll say that, so no one will show up. I'll get it.
But honestly, I am waiting. I called GameStop. Man, I told you this earlier.
Well, Nintendo...
I called GameStop, and they said that we don't know how many we're going to get, so we don't even know if we're going to do pre-orders.
They might not. Amazon, online stores have to.
I'm assuming so, unless I don't know.
That's how it works. Every item on Amazon, you can pre-order it before it comes out.
I mean, I know
it's not the way it is with everything.
Back when the NES Mini came out on Amazon, there was a few days afterward that was like, "Hey, it's gonna be in stock this day, this time. Come and do it." And I tried it, but it froze up on me. I guess because everyone tried all at once, and then it was just like I wasn't able to get to it because literally in less than a minute it was sold out. So. I have a feeling we're going to be running into that again.
Because I told you 10 minutes, that Nintendo UK. 10 minutes.
10 minutes is enough for at least if we're watching it.
If you're paying attention.
Yes.
Which is why I stayed by my computer for 2 whole days. I didn't even play Injustice for 2 days.
Yeah, I know. I was keeping an eye on Amazon like every time that I could.
I watched commentary on Doctor Strange.
I am legitimate, just like you. I am really excited for this. I want one.
I'm like, I don't even know
so
why.
much.
I played all those games a million times. Why? I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's nostalgia.
Yeah.
I guess.
You
know how long it's going to take to play all those games?
Oh, I know. It's for $80, you are getting your money's worth.
My plan is to play all of them.
Oh, really? Even all of them? Because some of them I feel like won't even suit your fancy. Like, are you going to play and beat all of them, or are you just going to play them?
I plan on beating them to the end.
So the games like Final
Fantasy
at a time. And all of
well,
those.
It depends if I hate them. I'm not. If I hate those, Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Super Golden Ghost. Now I did beat that when I downloaded the Virtual Console. I don't know how. That game was freaking hard. Honest to God, I got to the end of that game. I don't know how I did it. but I didn't. Okay, here's a question. Do you think they're going to do a Game Boy one?
Honestly,
absolutely, I think they will.
I think it's either going to be Game Boy or I can even see them doing an N64.
No, I don't see N64 happening.
Really?
Nope.
I kind of do, but
those games are too huge. We have 10 games on there. I don't see it happening.
To be fair, though,
I can't
really think more of 10 games on the N64 that they could even bring without licensing issues.
Right, it's dumb. That's why I don't think they should do it. I don't think it's worth it. But Game Boy, yes, that's a handheld.
Okay, now here's a question.
It looks exactly like the Game Boy, but has all these games loaded on there. Like,
would it still be handheld, or would it hook up to the TV?
I would like both. If it was both, I'd buy it.
Switch.
I know. If it's just handheld, I wouldn't buy it. But if it's both, I would buy it.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about this. And one of the guys stated how they would have, like, if they do a Game Boy, they would like to see it where it's like Game Boy, like
color.
Where it's like Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
and if maybe a Game Boy Advance too, but at least Game Boy and Game Boy Color kind of mix the two, because they could do that. That way, like, if they release certain games like Link's Awakening, it could be the DX version. And
or it could just have the DX version loaded on there and it'll be color. The other games can be regular.
Well, then they wouldn't be just Game Boy. If they're going that classic route, then yeah,
Game Boy Classic.
I mean, they could.
I think they. I don't see why they wouldn't. It'd be stupid not to.
I mean, they could. Would you get it?
I just only if it hooked up to the TV. Because I'm not playing a gray-looking game on this tiny little screen.
You had to back in the day.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. Had that Bill and Ted game. If they release Castlevania, the Castlevania 2 that's on there, because I don't have that one, then I'd probably buy it for that one game, because I'm trying to get all the Castlevania games, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe, but if honestly, that won't be till next year. Unless they're going to give it a break. I mean, I don't...
They're making mad money off of this, aren't they?
Yeah, but they were making mad money off of the NES, and they decided to stop production on that.
I think it was just an extra thing for them, to be honest.
I don't know. Some people thought they were
some sort of novelty thing.
Some people thought they
probably didn't realize it was going to be that popular.
Some people thought, like with the NES, they were just testing the waters with that.
Yeah,
and then that way they could see how it would do for like the Super Nintendo. Question:
do you think they'll do like an expansion?
Like, what do you mean?
With more games. Like you would put something into it and you'll get more games.
No.
Or re-release the NES Mini.
No.
With more games.
No.
No?
No. I don't think
you don't think they'll do some crazy thing like that?
No.
Keep it going?
Nope. I do not. I do not think they will. Okay. If I'm being completely honest.
It'd be nice if they did.
It would be, but I don't foresee that happening at all.
Well, hopefully we can get a hold of one of these suckers.
I hope so, darn it. I don't care. This is one of those games that if I have to pay more than the
eBay
price, then I might. Cause
I don't know if I'd even do that. My cousin got an NES Mini. I don't know how she did it. I think she said she went to Best Buy.
One of the lucky people.
Yeah. I wonder if she's even played any Ninja Gaiden. See, that one had sequels. I had Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Like, why are we getting...
I don't know.
They couldn't put one more game on there for Donkey Kong Country 2. Just one more. I know. They couldn't do it.
I know.
Bastards.
Unless it is a secret.
That'd be awesome.
And you beat Donkey Kong Country 1 and you get 2.
They just didn't tell you.
That would be awesome.
That's what I would do.
I don't see it because I'm not getting my hopes up, but...
I know. Because that's kind of what they did. There was a Street Fighter Alpha collection that when you beat, when you play in a game a certain much, you unlock this other game, and it was like they were like midget version of. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was even on here. Gem Fighters was called. Oh. You unlocked it. It's like, oh, I don't even know if it said it. They even told you. That would be awesome if they did that. I don't think that they would though. I don't think Nintendo's like that.
But we're both excited, obviously.
I'm more excited than the Switch, believe it or not. I don't know why. I
guess because you know the games.
Yeah, I know the library and it's classic. Yeah. It's the most classic lineup. I mean,
so
you think about it. What could ever beat this lineup of games? I don't know.
Donkey Kong Country 2 added to it.
Well, yeah, but in general.
Yeah, no, it really is a fantastic lineup of games, and they couldn't have. Well, they could have done better, but they
could have done better. It's not perfect.
No, but
it's pretty close
for what they did. It's still a fantastic.
And again, this is something I never would have imagined in a million years they would ever have done.
At least mini versions.
Yeah, I never would have thought, but I think it's such a great freaking idea. I never would have thought.
As soon as they did the NES, though, I was like, okay,
oh, they're going to do.
They have to do Super Nintendo.
And it's a classics or something.
Classic line or something like that.
Thought, yeah, they're doing another one. Why wouldn't they?
But that also means that they do have more in store, which could be a Game Boy. It could be
Game Boy.
Could be N64. It could be. Honestly, it's Nintendo. They know it's probably still going to sell, so they'll probably do it.
They might do it now. They probably weren't planning on, but I bet they look into it now.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, it's going to be like 10 games.
I mean, it's going to be like what for the N64 you get what Mario 64, Mario Kart.
2 Zeldas.
F-Zero. Paper
Kirby
Mario.
64.
Paper
Was there
Mario.
F-Zero? Yeah, F-Zero 64.
You already said F-Zero.
Did I?
Yes. Star Fox.
That's what I was thinking of.
Heck,
64.
throw in like Mario Party. Like the first 3 Mario Parties.
Would. Well, they wouldn't do all 3. They'd probably do 2, because that's the only one on a virtual console. That's 9. Donkey Kong.
64, yeah, that's
10. Mario Kart.
I already said Mario Kart. If they would get the licenses... No, I said that would happen.
Oh.
And if they would get the licenses to have
virtual console?
Banjo-Kazooie, but that's not
Rare
going to
owns
happen.
that, or Microsoft. Did they have any third parties on the virtual console of 64 games?
No, but...
I don't think there are.
Wave Race, and you know what?
That's Nintendo.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking of other games. I'm not thinking of third party because they'll probably put probably some of the Smash. And
so you're getting into 12 games.
Maybe some of the Mario sports games like golf and tennis, like they might show up.
But they aren't that great of games though.
They're not bad.
These are classic.
But
these 21 games they're all classics. Not Mario Tennis isn't. Mario Golf isn't.
Well, at least not. I prefer the GameCube variants to those games.
Can't a third party. I didn't have too many third-party 64 games. Well, those wrestling games are awesome.
And you'll never get Double I. 007.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I wish.
That's the big
because that would be...
Perfect Dark. Wow, that's rare. We'll never get it. We'll never get those.
So...
And that's the big one. Anyway, we're going off. We're getting into things that may never happen.
So...
On to reviews.
SNES Mini. Look forward to it. We are. Have at it. Anywho, he was. Holy crap, this guy's life is huge. Anyway. So.
He's the king of the frogs.
He must be.
Review time?
Yes, I only have Kirby. So.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. So, Kirby Triple Deluxe. This is my second playthrough of it. Actually, somehow got more percent than my first time. Yeah. It is the next line of main series Kirby game. It is full-fledged, like, your Kirby game. Based off of the engine of the Wii one. The Wii, yeah.
What was that one called?
Based off of the Wii one. You have it.
I know.
Return to Dreamland?
Yeah. We still gotta play that.
Yeah. So, it's based off of that, which is exciting. Really, the guy disappeared and you had a little inch of health left. Anyway. It's fantastic. It really is. Like, it is a great Kirby game. It plays just like Kirby. You got, new power-ups. I don't know what all is considered new in this. I forget. Because Poison? Was Poison in any other Kirby game?
Poison? Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Poison? The Final Fight character?
No, power ability. You know what? Poison is in...
I don't know.
Poison isn't in Triple Deluxe. That's in Robobot. I'm getting the powers confused. But... It's great. I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
The mini games it comes with is like a Smash Brothers variant of Kirby, and DDD Drum Dash, which is a rhythm game with DDD and drums. But no, the game is fantastic. I would definitely give it a play. And you know how like a lot of the Kirby games, like Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland, had that extra option after you beat the game to play through with Meta Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has a mode like that, except it's not Meta Knight, it's King DDD. It's DDD Tour. So, honestly, if you're a Kirby fan and you like any main series Kirby games, then give this game a shot. It's great. And if not, then you're missing out on an awesome Kirby game. So, yeah. 4 out of 5.
This is saying Dark Tower's coming in July. I thought it was coming in August. July 28th?
That's the same day Hey Pikmin comes out.
You're right. 3DS.
Yep. And for that,
they announced who's doing the
amiibo.
voices on Castlevania. That starts the same day as Spider-Man comes out. 2 Hobbits. 2 actors from The Hobbit.
I'm like, that's not very nice that you just... Anyway.
2 Hobbits are in it. Thorin
Okay.
Oakenshield. They didn't say who does the voice of. Maybe he's Simon. I don't know. Or Richter.
Richter.
Sphincter.
Sphincter.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, I was just
I got one thing just for my... I don't have any reviews, really.
Oh, really?
I got nothing. Except I got my Marvel stuff. A Marvel review.
Dang, go on, yeah.
Okay. The latest book I've just finished today
There he
is The Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, Volume 17, called Kraven's Last Hunt, years 1986 to 1987. And I will say this is the best Epic Collection that is out, that I have read. You know why?
Why?
Because there is a lot of good freaking stuff in this. I forgot to write down what it reprints. But, shoot, I forgot to write down. Okay, believe it or not, it's a pretty thick book, but it only reprints like 5 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. There's a lot of stuff in this book. What were the issues? I think it was 289 to 294 of Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
And then, of course, the Kraven's Last Hunt, which is a crossover between all 3 books. It was 2 issues of Web of Spider-Man. 2 issues of Web of Spider-Man, 2 issues of Spectacular Spider-Man. I can't remember the numbers. Web of it was like in the 30s. I think Spectacular was like 130 something. And then it reprints 2 annuals, Annual 20 and Annual 21. It reprints Spider-Man vs. Wolverine one-shot. And then there was 2 follow-up... that story was followed up in 2 Web of Spider-Man issues. And those were also included.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff. But the stories in this are pretty good. Let me start off. It starts off with Annual 20, which has Spider-Man facing off against Iron Man from the year 2020.
Okay.
I was a character. Back in the
Coming up
80s.
soon.
I know, that's weird because when I read the comic, it says the year 2015. And it's like, what? 2015 was 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
But this is the 80s.
Yeah.
And they had a character called Iron Man 2020.
Okay.
His name was Argo? I can't remember. Stark. He was related to Tony Stark. And it was an interesting story in that the first half of the book was all about him in the future, and his wife and his kid were kidnapped by this terrorist, and I think he got killed, and he needed to find out where his wife was, so he decided to go back in time because he saw a newspaper article about when this guy was a kid, how he was involved in a fight with Spider-Man.
Okay.
He goes back in time, and this guy had half of his face was robotic, like he had an accident.
Okay.
And he goes back in time to confront this guy as a kid because he was going to take him back to his future. I don't know what he was going to do with him. Now that I think about it, was he going to magically grow up? I don't know what his plan was. He's going to kidnap this kid. Well, Spider-Man thinks it's Iron Man trying to kidnap some kid. He's like, what's wrong with you, Tony? Well, maybe he didn't know it was Tony. He said Iron Man. They get in this fight, and the kid gets injured on his face.
Okay.
And it turns out that newspaper article was documenting superhero fight between Spider-Man and him. There was like a time, like when him going back in time caused this guy to be bitter about. It caused pretty much him going back in time caused that guy to be a terrorist and to kidnap his wife and kids. One of those timeline. I always like those time travel stories,
right?
Where the thing you're trying to prevent, you actually caused, by going back in time.
Yeah.
So kind of Marvel does time travel in all kinds of different ways. Apparently, there's no set rule in the Marvel universe. Usually, if someone goes back in time, it's a separate universe. But so that was a pretty interesting story. That was the annual. Then it's the Spider-Man versus Wolverine one shot, which is really good. Really kind of a dark story, actually. This volume is really dark. I'll get into that. Basically, Wolverine had this girlfriend. He knows all kinds of people. Wolverine does.
Yes.
Well, this girl worked for the KGB, and she was betrayed by them, so she was killing all these undercover KGB agents, and getting her revenge on them. Pretty much knowing that they were going to come after her and probably kill her, but she didn't care. Anyway, Peter Parker gets involved because he works for a newspaper, so they cover this story. So him and this reporter Ned Leeds, who's been a character that's been around for a while, they go to Germany, and Wolverine goes there, and Wolverine, because he has enhanced senses, he manages to pass, I think, Peter in the street and realizes it's Spider-Man because he can smell, and this is the first time he's ever seen.
Oh, okay. So this is the
Peter
first
Parker.
time they meet?
No.
Okay.
Out of Peter Parker is the first time. It's the first time he's met Peter Parker. Let's say that because they've met before, Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Right.
So he confronts him in the hotel and tells him what's going on, and they leave, and then he comes back and finds Ned Leeds with his throat slit. And Ned Leeds has been a character that's been around. He's married to one of, he just dies behind the scenes in a rather kind of gruesome way. And at the time, you think it's involved with the KGB. I'll get into that. So, towards the end, Wolverine's friend, the girl that was killing all these KGB agents, tells Wolverine to kill her. Because if the KGB catches up to her, they're going to torture her, and she doesn't want to be tortured. Right. She's like, just kill me. Of course, Wolverine does. Well, he stabs her, but it didn't kill her. Well, Spider-Man sees this, and then they have this moral battle, and then they start fighting physically. And it's probably one of the best fights between superheroes, because usually if there's a fight between two superheroes, it's there's a misunderstanding or someone's mind controlled. Here, it's neither one of those things. It's Spider-Man saying, no, you don't, why you want to kill her? Spider-Man doesn't get that. But Wolverine, was trying to help his friend out because that's what she wanted.
Right.
So they're in the midst of this battle. I mean, they're fighting pretty hard here.
Right.
And she sneaks up behind Spider-Man, and he thinks it's Wolverine, and he punches her full force, kills her. Spider-Man does. She planned it. She knew he was gonna. So he had to live with that. So it was a pretty dark ending.
Yeah, sounds like it.
To that story. Well, then they follow up on that, and then you find out that Ned Leeds was the Hobgoblin all this time, which technically that's not true. The Hobgoblin has a complicated story. The Hobgoblin, he was multiple different people. Ned Leeds was apparently one of them. It's kind of confusing. And then the next couple of issues. Peter is talking. He's kind of reflecting on his life and how he's kind of missing something. Like there's something missing from his life. Mm-hmm. And at the end of that storyline, he asks Mary Jane to marry him. That was when he popped the question to her. Of course, she says no right away. Funny thing is, he popped the question to her years ago, and she said no. And the weird thing was they weren't really dating. They were just friends. See, the problem is, at this point in time, there's 3 different series. Okay. There's Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah. My problem with this Epic collection is they really should be doing them in order. But it's called Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, so they're only going to reprint Amazing and only important issues from the other like those 2 Web of Spider-Man issues that follow up on what happened in Wolverine versus Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
So, because on some of those issues, he's with Black Cat. It's like she's in one little scene, and like they're together, and then she like disappears. So obviously something happened in the other 2 series. Well, I'm like, well, what happened to her? I don't know. You have to go read the. I really wish they would do them.
Yeah, wow.
In the order that. That's my gripe with the Epic Collection with Spider-Man. Now they are doing that with X-Men. I noticed they are doing that. The 2 series.
Right.
When the next series started in the 90s, they are actually putting those 2 together in one collection. Anyway, she says no. Then she had a personal crisis involving her sister and her dad, and then she realizes that I probably should marry Peter, and then she says yes to him. And then Annual 21 is their wedding issue, the big wedding issue. Well, Peter's having doubts because he remembers Gwen.
Yeah.
He's looking at her picture and he's thinking, I want to put Mary Jane through that. I also promised Gwen I would never love anyone else. Because Gwen was his number 1. Mm-hmm. In fact, he's still in love. You can tell he's still in love with Gwen. Unfortunately. So he had kind of doubts about it. But, they eventually get married. Well, kind of. Did you ever hear about that a couple years ago, about how they retconned that whole marriage? Oh.
No.
It was a big debacle. A couple years ago, Joe Quesada, he was the editor-in-chief at the time. He always hated the fact that Peter got married. He thought the book was never the same. So he comes up with this convoluted, freaking stupid retcon that is the stupidest retcon of all time.
Okay.
Right? So after Civil War, Aunt May got shot because Peter revealed his identity. See, in the comic books, whoever registered had to reveal their identity. And Peter was with Iron Man. He sided with Iron Man.
Okay.
So he had to register. So he revealed his identity to the whole world. Well, what does that do? The very thing he feared. His loved ones get targeted. Aunt May gets shot by Kingpin hires an assassin to shoot Aunt May. Well, Aunt May's in the hospital dying. And Peter's obsessed with Aunt May. He loves Aunt May more than Mary Jane. So what does he do? He makes a deal with the devil, Mephisto. Mephisto's like, I'll save Mary Jane, but I want to take something away from you. So what does he do? He takes away their marriage. Okay, now they explain what happened. And what was kind of cool was they took that old comic book where they got married. They took the panels.
Yeah.
The actual panels from that comic book from back and inserted new things in there to show you what happened. How
okay.
It doesn't really make sense in my opinion. It doesn't. They weren't married this whole time. They were living together.
Okay.
They didn't actually get married. See what happened in the new. I guess Mephisto went back in time. See, at the beginning of that annual, Spider-Man is stopping a bank robbery, I think, with Electro and a bunch of his thugs. Well, in the new, Mephisto goes back in time and sends this Raven to unlock the door off the police car so this one thug gets out, right? And then he tells this thug to attack this cop. Where Spider-Man gets sidetracked. They didn't normally, in the normal issue, he didn't go off to save this cop. Well, he falls off a building with this guy during a fight, and they both get knocked out when he's late for his wedding. And this was right after he was having doubts, like in the original comic book. But he didn't work through it like he did originally. And Mary Jane was kind of having doubts too. Well, he never showed up for the wedding because he was knocked out.
Right.
So he goes back home. I didn't read the whole thing. I kind of skimmed through it because I looked, after I read the wedding issue, I looked at the new, what happened, like why it changed. Yeah. And, yeah, that's what happened. The guy got out and he was late for the wedding, and then they decided not to get married. I didn't read the whole issue. I didn't get into the details. But they managed to live together. Okay. So all those issues, everything happened exactly the same in canon. Just that they weren't married. It's stupid. Why couldn't they just get a divorce? People do that. Why didn't you just come up with a storyline where they got divorced? That's, I can see that. He's a superhero.
Oh, well, he's like the kid's popular thing, and they don't want to show that to kids.
It's not a kid thing. It's not a kid book. That is not a kid book.
Spider-Man appeals to
kids. Well, let me tell you about the title. Okay, let's go into the Kraven's Last Hunt. Okay, my favorite Spider-Man storyline of all time, because it is so dark. It reads like a Batman story. It is so different than any. Like I've been reading, you read all the Spider-Man issues up to Kraven's Last Hunt. You get to Kraven's Last Hunt, you're thinking, what am I reading? Because it is unlike anything that you've read before. It takes place right after they get married. Kraven the Hunter. Do you know who Kraven the Hunter is? He's this Russian guy.
I think I do.
The goatee, and he's been around since the early issues of Amazing Spider-Man. He would hunt. He would,
Hence his name.
He would take a potion and he would be stronger, and he would hunt Spider-Man down. Man was the greatest prey type of thing.
Okay.
Well, he was still humiliated by all his defeats. Kind of a little crazy. And what he does, which is pretty amazing, is that he tracks Spider-Man down, shoots him, doesn't say anything, shoots him with a tranquilizer dart, throws a net over him, point blank range with a rifle, shoots Spider-Man, buries him alive, puts on Spider-Man's costume, and then becomes Spider-Man. Like he feels the best way to beat your opponent is to take over their identity.
Right.
That's what he did. He's a little loopy, and the way it's written is different. It's just the artwork is amazing. It's of course Spider-Man's in his black costume at this point, so which fitted that story so well. So Kraven's running around in Spider-Man's black costume. Mary Jane doesn't know what happened to Peter because he never came back home. He's been buried alive for 2 weeks. Mary Jane doesn't know what's going on. There's this rogue Spider-Man going around killing criminals, taking criminals down violently. So Spider-Man manages to claw his way. He wakes up and, his hand comes out of the grave, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Takes on Kraven. Kraven at this point is pretty much satisfied with himself.
Okay.
Because he proved to Spider-Man, I'm better than you. Because he killed him.
Right.
But he left him alive so that he proved to Spider-Man, I'm better than you.
Right.
There was this other character named Vermin. He was like a half man, half rat. He lived in the sewers.
Okay.
And Spider-Man fought him with Captain America. And Kraven decided to prove to Spider-Man that he's better than him by taking down Vermin all by himself. He didn't need help from Captain America. That was the other thing. Then he captured Vermin, and then Vermin and Spider-Man fought. And Kraven at this point is just satisfied with himself, and he let Spider-Man go, and then he puts a shotgun in his mouth and shoots himself. Yeah, it's the darkest freaking Spider-Man. It's a classic story. I mean, it's regarded as one of the best. It's pretty gruesome. Like they kind of show he had this coffin set up. He had this whole thing. He had this whole ritualistic thing. He had this coffin set up, and the rifle was in the coffin. He shoots himself, and he's like laying in the coffin. There's blood all over the place. Like, it actually shows blood. Spider-Man doesn't crack one joke.
Wow.
It's a 6 issue. It runs like part 1 is Web of Spider-Man. Part 2 is Amazing. Runs through all 3. It's a 6-part thing. And Spider-Man doesn't crack one joke. He gets pissed when he gets out of the grave. Finds out what Kraven's doing. That's one of the maddest. He got mad at Green Goblin when Gwen Stacy died. He got mad at Kraven. And when this happened too. Not one joke did he crack. And he was like hallucinating too because he kind of drugged him. Like the way it was written, I can't even explain it. You have to see it. But the way it was written is so different. Because it was like narrated by whoever was on the panel. Like Mary Jane, if it was about her, she would narrate.
Oh, okay.
She would kind of hear her thoughts, and then would have like a double, like her in the back of her mind. Like she's saying, "No, Peter's not dead. He's a button." He'd be like another box that says, "Oh no, he's dead." Like in the back of her mind, she's thinking, "No, he's dead."
Oh, right.
And it would do that for like each character. It was pretty neat. Great. It's my favorite Spider-Man story. But like I said, it reads like a Batman story. So much.
Sounds like it.
Like just the weird dark psychology of it, like the way what they did with Kraven. And the stupidest thing, of course, what they do a couple years ago, they resurrect Kraven. Which that's one of the worst. Like to me, his death was just one of the most unique and well written endings to a villain. Mm-hmm. He never should have been touched again. He had 2 kids that ran around as Kraven the Hunter.
Okay.
He sort of took the mantle, but in my opinion, they never should have touched him again. But what do? They resurrect him a couple years ago, and the funny thing is, when he resurrected, the first thing he did was like, "What did you do?" Yeah, he was pissed that they resurrected him. Thank God they at least put that in it, because he had the whole thing planned out. He was going to commit suicide. He was going to do this thing and then die. And that's what he wanted to do. So they brought him back. He was pissed at first. So he's still alive, I think, running around. Why did they do that? That was such a perfect freaking storyline and an ending. Not too many characters commit suicide.
Yeah.
Not too many villains. That doesn't happen too often. It was written so well. Whatever. There's a bonus material in the back of the book I've been reading, but apparently back when the wedding issue came out in '87, it was a big deal in the media. Like they got a famous designer to design the wedding dress for Mary Jane, and they even had a live action reenactment of the wedding at Shea Stadium, the baseball stadium. They had actors play Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I think Stan Lee was what do you call it? The guy that does the wedding.
The minister, dude?
Well, he wasn't a minister. He was just the whatever.
Justice
isn't
peace.
I don't know, but he did. I didn't read that part of the book. I was kind of flipping through, and they showed pictures of. I didn't get to that point, but I thought, I don't see that anymore. No one, they would never do something like that anymore. I thought that was pretty neat that they did that. I wonder if they televised that. Like I said, I didn't read that article yet.
I don't know.
I wonder if it was, it would be on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, you'll probably look it up.
I didn't even think of that.
Morgan was right. We are going to hit 8 o'clock at this point.
Are we?
It's 7:47.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was the only... That was it. Just great. But, I watched, I've been playing Injustice. Yeah. I watched a React video of them playing Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the graphics in Injustice 2
are they good?
Are so much better.
Than the first one?
Well, the first one was PS3.
Yeah.
And that's PS4. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, the difference is night and day. And I used to think, what's the difference in PS3 and PS4? My gosh, you can really see it. There, I was quite impressed. I mean, back when the PS4 first came out.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know if I could ever really tell. Boy, you can now. I mean, their character faces look real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, man, you gave me the wrong game. I need to give me Injustice 2. Swamp Thing was cool.
But you gotta play the first one in order to get the
story. Yeah, I mean, it looks so much better than the one I'm playing.
Oh, so here's a little side note. What? I learned, and I don't know if you remember AFV, right?
Who?
AFV.
Yes, America's Funniest Home Videos.
So did you know that this must have been like forever ago? That
Bob Saget?
No. That there was one episode that they aired late at night, and it was hosted by Steve Carell, and it was uncensored. It was AFV uncensored, hosted by Steve Carell.
When?
I don't know the date, but someone just uploaded it to YouTube, and I'm like, what is this?
I've never heard of that.
So I
Wikipedia
watched it,
that.
and it's the actual episode, because it has the music. It's Steve Carell.
I know.
It looks like younger Steve Carell.
Well, I would think.
It's uncensored, like the bad words are there. If there's any nudity, it's shown, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like,
really?
Yes, you can look it up on YouTube. It's on there. Because I follow this YouTube site that's been uploading all of the AFV episodes starting from season 1 and going onward.
Oh my gosh!
And they uploaded this uncensored one, and I'm like, is that Steve Carell? And I watched it, and it is him.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that either until they just did that this week. I'm like, I didn't even realize this was a thing. But it's a thing.
No, okay.
I guess they wanted to turn it into like a little series for like late at night, but I don't know. I guess it never went anywhere because I think it was just that one episode. So
just one episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
I have to look into that.
It is a thing.
Lion. Look, they're fighting.
So we got another taste test.
Of course, we always do.
Chris brought them.
It was just my idea because I thought this was interesting.
Yes, you want to tell them what it is?
It is cheese curl, but it's grilled cheese and tomato soup flavor. America's Funniest Uncensored special. America's Funniest Home. It was a special. It wasn't a...
But it was a late night thing. That's a thing. Anyway, what is it?
Grilled cheese and tomato soup, I said.
Cheese curls. Hers. Does it smell horrible?
It smells weird. It smells weird. Who's Yogi Ram?
It's right above the name.
Oh my gosh, it really smells like tomato soup. Holy cow. I don't know about this.
Aww.
Well, they're really orange.
I know they are. Is there like an apple one in here somewhere?
From Sebi. Well,
Here
we're
we
going to
go.
do it.
3, 2...
I should have brought a water.
Is this one opened? I don't think
I don't know.
There you go. 3, 2,
What?
1. Oh, it tastes of tomato soup.
Yeah, that's all I taste. Straight up tomato soup.
I don't really taste grilled cheese.
Oh god, that's really like tomato soup. Like, or not. With Ritz crackers in it.
I don't taste Ritz crackers.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's not good. I figured it would be more cheese, like grilled cheesy than...
Yeah, I know, because you think they're cheese curls. So, and that's the first thing on the list.
Right.
Pizza ones probably would have been so much better.
I know it was it was one or the other. But...
Yeah.
I mean, I've had pizza chips before, so I thought, I never had tomato soup.
Yeah. I say no. Thumbs
that
down.
One's no
Thumbs
good.
down for me. On that
you can't find anything I actually like. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, hopefully next week we won't be doing it next week.
No, but the next time we
I'm busy.
We do have...
Hopefully by the next time we do this, we'll have a pre-ordered
SNES
Classic Edition.
And we can talk about how pre-order...
Spider-Man comes out next week. I guess I'll be reviewing that.
Oh, also, everybody, we do have another taste test for the next time.
Are we doing that?
Yes. It is a new kind of Pop-Tart, so you'll see them. So, yeah.
So go buy Craven's Last Hunt. It's a good read.
Don't buy tomato...
You want to see Spider-Man and Wolverine fight. You want to see Spider-Man get married. You want to see Spider-Man basically lose.
And whatever you do, don't
to a
buy
Russian guy.
Grilled cheese and tomato.
Unless you
soup,
really love
cheese
tomatoes.
curls.
Oh, they're doing another one of these?
What? Lego?
Lego Marvel?
Yeah.
God.
So, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in, listening.
We rambled on and on about SNES, but I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, well, that's okay. It's a cool thing. It's a fun thing. We're excited.
It's a cool thing.
We're excited. It's coming.
It's a cool thing.
Pre-orders better go live soon, or else like all of the U.S. is gonna lose their crap. So, yeah. So until next time, everybody.
Otherwise, we'd have to wait in line somewhere on release day.
Yeah, like first in line, or else
We have to camp out.
Yeah. I've never
God,
done that before.
I've never done that either.
It.
Jason did when the Xbox came out.
Did he?
Yeah, he waited somewhere.
Huh. I mean,
I forget where. Walmart, I think.
I'd try it.
For this, I would.
Yeah.
It's just hard to believe people are going crazy over a system that's
20 years old.
Literally out of date.
It's over 20 years old. How old is it now?
91.
So it's a year older than me, so it's 26 years old.
Jeez. Oh my. It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's
There's
great.
that Bloodstained game.
What?
That's like Castlevania.
Oh.
Basically, it's Castlevania.
You know what game we didn't hear about this E3? That weird game that has the guy from The Walking Dead look-alike.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I still don't know what that game is.
I know.
And Guillermo del Toro's in it. Too. He showed the trailer. Guillermo. I talked about it a million times on this podcast. Director. Hellboy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, the Hellboy reboot. A rated R. I'm so mad about that. I'd be mad. If I was Guillermo, I'd be pissed. He doesn't get to finish his story.
Yeah. That's sad.
And that third one's going to be epic.
It's sad.
Stupid people. I don't get it. I mean, that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, nobody wanted to make the third movie. Oh, we're going to do a reboot. That's probably what they were probably saying behind his back.
Probably.
We're not going to do it. We're going to reboot it. We're just going to be rated R. We're not going to have Ron Perlman. We're going to have the guy from Stranger Things. Whatever.
Well.
Buttholes.
Anyway.
I feel like I watched a trailer. Did I watch a trailer of something new? Besides Inhumans?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway. Thank you all for tuning in.
I wonder if this will be any good.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Looks exactly like Castlevania.
It's
It's made by the same guy that did Symphony of the Night.
It's worth a shot.
PS4, man.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. Tune in next week.
It even has a whip.
Oh my gosh.
And it even has a map. It is Castlevania, except you're a woman. I kind of like this.
Sayonara, everybody.